Most retirees think they're doing the safe thing, but in reality, many of them are gambling with the one thing they can't afford to lose: their income. Because here's the truth most people never hear. The stock market was never designed to give you a paycheck for life. So today, I'm going to walk you through how retirees create predictable, lifetime income without market risk, without guessing, and without hoping the next crash doesn't happen on their watch. But first, let's talk about the mistake almost everyone makes. I've sat across the table from hundreds of retirees and pre-retirees, smart people, successful people, people who did everything right. And almost all of them say some version of this: I think I have enough money. I'm just not sure I can safely use it. That's the real fear, isn't it? It's not dying broke. It's living broke because you pulled income from the wrong place at the wrong time. Most people think retirement is about how much money you have saved. It's not. Retirement is about how reliably your money pays you. You don't retire on a number. You retire on income. And if your income depends on the market cooperating on perfect timing and staying calm during crashes, that's not a plan. And hope is not a retirement strategy. Here's the advice most retirees are given: keep your money invested, withdraw around 4% per year, and when the market drops, just ride it out. Sounds reasonable until the market drops 20 or 30% and your withdrawals don't stop. Now your portfolio is shrinking and you're taking income from it. That's sequence of returns risk, and it quietly destroys retirement plans. But here's what's interesting. The retirees who feel the most confident aren't always the ones with the biggest portfolios. They're the ones who know their income is covered, no matter what the market does. And that brings us to the first real shift most people need to make. Step one: separate income from growth. This is where almost everyone gets it backwards. Most people try to use growth assets to create income, but growth money and income money have two very different jobs. Your income money has one purpose: paying the bills, and income money should not be exposed to market risk. Your retirement paycheck should be predictable, contractual, and not dependent on headlines. That's how pensions worked. That's how Social Security works. And that's the model we build around. Once you separate income from growth, the next step becomes much clearer. Step two: create a personal pension. This is the part Wall Street doesn't love: guaranteed lifetime income. Because when your income is guaranteed, you stop making emotional decisions. Using certain annuity structures, income riders, and contractual guarantees, retirees can create a personal pension that pays them every month, lasts for life, and isn't affected by market crashes. And no, this isn't the old school annuity people warned you about. Modern structures are flexible, customizable, and built specifically for income. I worked with a retired couple recently. They had strong savings and were smart investors, but every market dip changed how they lived. Once we locked in their core income, housing, food, and healthcare, something incredible happened. They stopped watching the market because they didn't need it to cooperate anymore. That's real freedom. And once that income foundation is in place, something else powerful happens. Step three: build a floor, then invest above it. At this point, you don't have to choose between safety and growth. You separate them. Your income floor protects your lifestyle. Your growth bucket stays invested for the long term. Now market volatility becomes an inconvenience, not a threat. Most people reverse this order, and they pay the price later. At Free Market Wealth Advisory, this is what we help people do every day: create income they can't outlive, reduce exposure to market losses, plan around taxes and inflation, protect spouses and legacy. And none of it is one size fits all. But there's one more piece that has to be addressed, because it's where a lot of safe plans still fail. Step four: account for inflation without chasing returns. Inflation doesn't crash your retirement overnight. It slowly erodes it. Groceries, healthcare, insurance. That's why an income plan has to allow for growth over time, without forcing you to chase market returns just to keep up. There are strategies that allow income to increase while still protecting your foundation, but only if they're built intentionally. Could you try to figure all of this out on your own? Sure. Just like you could try to build your own airplane. Most people who try end up with fragmented strategies, conflicting risks, and missed opportunities. Professional planning isn't about complexity. It's about coordination. Imagine knowing your income is guaranteed, your bills are covered for life, market crashes won't change your lifestyle, your spouse is protected, and your legacy is intentional. That's not luck, that's structure. This is exactly what I help people do. If you want to see how this would look for you, there's a link below. You can watch a short video explaining the process. And if it makes sense, schedule a no-pressure call to explore your options. No cost, no obligation, just clarity. Because retirement isn't about beating the market. It's about removing uncertainty from your income. And once that's handled, everything else gets easier. So, if you're serious about creating predictable lifetime income without market risk, click the link below. At minimum, you'll understand your options. At best, you'll finally stop worrying about money and start enjoying the retirement you worked for.